Hello, guys, and welcome to Odds on Ligue 1. And we have a special show because we also have the Coupe de France final on Saturday. And of course, we have Alain Valnegri with his crystal ball. Alain, you were also correct in most of your tips in the previous weekend. How are you, Alain?
Hello, Edu. Yes, about ACCA, but yes, we catch some surprise. The double opportunity Auxerre and Clermont. Ferrand, the victory in Marseille in Lyon. It was not the best week, but it was a good week. We follow to improve.
Let's try. It's difficult, of course, and there will be more surprises because it's very hot, the fight to avoid relegation. So, guys, remember to comment the video with us. Tell me, for instance, who are you backing in the Coupe de France final, Nantes or Toulouse? And, of course, press the like and subscribe. And now let's go on with the show. And we have to start from one of the best games we have in a season everywhere is the final in the Coupe, in this case, on Saturday in Paris. Big surprise, Nantes Toulouse. Big surprise because none of the big clubs is playing this final for a second consecutive year. Last season, remember that the current champion is Nantes. They were able to beat Nice in the final with a penalty. And for this game, Alain Valnegri is, I'm not sure if he's surprising or not, but Toulouse comes as a favorite for this game. Is 2.5 for them to win. We have to take a look at the standings in the Ligue 1 to see that Toulouse, they've been better this season than Nantes, still fighting to avoid relegation.
Yes, Nantes is in a really bad streak from the beginning of the year. 11th game without winning in Ligue 1, but they won the quarter of final against Lens and the semi-final against Lyon. Both feeling are different in the sense of in Coupe de France is a strong team. In Ligue 1 they have a lot of problems. The draw against Troyes is a really bad news for the Canaries. And now they have the final of Coupe de France to win again the title, but the focus must to be in Ligue 1 because they're really near to the relegation and the streak are really bad. For Toulouse, the streak are excellent. It's a very good season for Toulouse for his back in Ligue 1. We saw a team able to win against big team, with a team with identity of play really clear, a lot of energy, a lot of passion, and that one is the key for this Toulouse. Toulouse doesn't draw draw only one game since the beginning of 2023. And that one means Toulouse won or lose. But for the final, is a final, we will have a lot of tension. 2 years ago, Nantes and Toulouse played again in a playoff, in a playout for the Ligue 2, and with some special decision of the referee, Toulouse can't beat Nantes, and Nantes stayed in Ligue 1. A lot of rivalry for this game. I think the tension will be make the different. I choose the X, and the game will be played in a penalty or in the extra time. Odds 3.60.
Good one. Remember, when you bet on a draw, as you just said, is until the 90 minutes. So if there is extra time, you've already won your bet. And I'm surprised, Alain, to see in the goals market, this is a final. Usually there is a lot of tension, and usually we don't see many goals. It pays more the under than the over. The under is 2.07. Would you go for it?
If I check the game in Nantes perspective, yes. if I check the game with Toulouse perspective, difficult. Toulouse is one of the team with the most high average with over 1.5 goals in Ligue 1 this season. But yes, is an option. I choose the X because the final, a lot of final finish in the extra time, and I think in every final we can try the draw.
Totally. Well, remember that to arrive to this final, Toulouse were very lucky in the draw. They had to beat Annecy or Rodez in the previous round, also Ajaccio or Reims at home. Nantes, they had tougher rivals. For instance, they had to beat Lyon on Lens in the previous round, or also they've been specialists in the penalty shootout. They won 2 rounds in the penalty shootout. So good luck and a great game. This one on Saturday, Nantes Toulouse. We change our chip and we focus on Ligue 1, and we have a game on Friday, Strasbourg Lyon. This is a very good game because Strasbourg they are fighting to avoid relegation, and they got a key victory against Reims, back-to-back victories because they also beat Ajaccio at home. And they are facing Lyon, a team that lost against Marseille, as you predicted. But we know that they are very good traveling. Alain, 10 out of the last 12 points, including beating PSG away.
Yes, but it's different team now. I think the season of Lyon is finished. There doesn't have more ambition right now. There can't catch a European spot, and they're safe because they are not involved in the relegation fighting. Now, I think for this game we must to take the motivation, meaning for Strasbourg. Strasbourg need yes point, because Strasbourg catch 6 points in the last 2 games. It's a very good that permit them to go out about the relegation, but their draw with Nantes and with Brest with 32 points. And now the points are really expensive for the team. Is 5 games, the last 5 games they won only 1 time against Lyon in La Meno. With the motivation aspect, I choose double opportunity. Strasbourg doesn't lose against Lyon. Odds 1.61.
And the only game we have on Saturday in Ligue 1, because we have the Coupe, is Lille. Ajaccio, difficult to find good odds here with Lille, of course, really favorite. They are very strong playing at home, 13 out of the last 15 points, as you've mentioned. You were spot on. They drop points against Auxerre. I guess you don't expect them to drop points against Ajaccio going directly to Ligue 2.
But last 8 games, only 1 point for Ajaccio. Ajaccio, I don't see Ajaccio can save the category. In change, Lille made a really good game in Auxerre. They create a lot of occasion, but they had the problem with the goal. But the content are in the line of Lille. I think the defeat in Angers was an accident. Lille are really strong at home. They have really good stats. They normally start really strong the game at home. I choose for this game double opportunity 1x with over 2.5 goals. It means Lille doesn't lose and minimal 3 goals in the game. Odds 1.77.
Well, they shouldn't lose. Lille to win is only 1.2. So imagine how favorite they are. Also really favorite, but I wouldn't touch it. Monaco, next game is Monaco Montpellier. They lost, they missed a big chance to play Champions League next season. They were defeated clearly 3-0 in Lens, so 5 points away from the Champions League spots. Their goal was to qualify for the Champions League, so these are bad news. Alain, now they are playing against Montpellier. They also have a problem, Monaco, is that they don't keep clean sheets. They haven't kept a clean sheet in the last 7 games.
Yes, Monaco lose in Lens, in the baddest Monaco version in the season against Lens. 2 defeat, 1-4 at home, 3-0 in Lens. I made a mistake because maybe I overvalue Monaco for this game, and Lens won clearly the game. Now Montpellier, we are the Zakarian is the same in the last journey. Is a team finally found a defensive balance. Is a team can be score in every game. Is a balanced team, and they found his dimension from the beginning of 2023. Montpellier is in a very, very good moment now. Monaco must have a reaction. Monaco at home normally score a highest average of goal. Montpellier is able to score against this Monaco. I choose over 2.5 goals. Odds 1.93.
Okay, goals in this game. Perhaps in the next one we see goals as well. This one is a tough one to call because there is nothing to play for. Clermont, Reims, I think both have to be very happy about their season. Clermont, they are in amazing form, 4 consecutive victories. For Reims is the opposite, only 1 victory in the last 5 games.
Yes, it was the most difficult game in my opinion to choose, because the season are brilliant for both teams. At the beginning, Reims doesn't have or doesn't catch point like the content their offer, but when Siles in the bench, the team are really brilliant. Now in the last 5 games, 3 defeat, especially 2 games at home, but against Strasbourg and against Olympique de Marseille. Maybe the last 2 games can be asked to us what happened in Reims. Losing against Strasbourg at home, losing in Rennes 3-0, doesn't score goals in the last 2 games. And now with a game in Clermont, Clermont are not really stable when they played at home, and they have a lot of problems since they won against Ajaccio. I have a lot of doubt for this game, and I choose the risk about this week. I choose the X draw between Clermont and Reims. Odds 3.65, but I repeat, is my risky odds about the week.
We always say that it's good to try some draws. The odds are always very good. So if you have, if you are right, one every 3 times betting on draws, you will make a profit because it's always above 3. In this case, 3.6. So you will make profit. Next game, Rennes Angers, really favorite Rennes, but you mentioned last weekend that they were very disappointing, perhaps the most disappointing team in this second part of the season, and they are 3 points away from European spots, 3 defeats in the last 4 games. Of course, they should beat Angers, but probably they won't play in Europe next season.
Yes, it's the risk. It's the risk. A team with this talent is strange to see Rennes in this position. After it's true, with Terrier injured, they lose is a goal scorer and the best goal scorer in the team, and maybe they pay that in Europe too. It was losing against Shakhtar Donetsk in this way it was really bad for Rennes, because they have more talent to the point in Ligue 1 and his European campaign. Now they play against Angers. Angers, we know from some week, is a Ligue 2 team. But Angers in the last games, they fight against every team. They won against Lille. They lose only with 1 goal difference against PSG. They draw against Nice. That doesn't have pressure. But now Rennes, they have pressure. Rennes need to have a strong reaction. The occasion is really interesting, because the grade of difficulty is not so high, and normally Rennes at home means goals. I choose over 2.75 goals, odds 1.94.
Well, next game is Troyes Nice. Troyes going directly to Ligue 2. They are 10 points away from salvation, and they were this close to win against Nantes. They scored 2-1 in the extra time, but then Nantes drew that game, equalized that game, whereas Nice, they are in a terrible form. The season is over for them, out of the conference, winless in the last 7 games in all competitions, also winless in 7 games in Ligue 1. Terrible, the run of fixtures for Nice, Alain.
Yes, because with the Ligue, they improved a lot in the content, in the points, in Ligue 1, in Conference League, but the last the April months is really hard, because especially in conference, lose against Basel with that typology of game, needs deserve to catch more and go to the semi-final to fight against Fiorentina. Now is a little the same game like Strasbourg Lyon. Motivation will be key for this game. Troyes follow 2 doesn't win until the beginning of January. Troyes is in a trouble, because they have 10 point difference with the salvation, and is like Ajaccio. Maybe in the content we see something more. It's the last call. It's the last call for Troyes. Nice has a lot of problem in internal way with the board too, with the Galtier history. Now I choose the double opportunity. 1x Troyes doesn't lose against Nice, 2.05.
Really bad run for Nice this season. Really bad season overall after Galtier. Galtier, as we all know, on PSG's bench. Who knows if this is his last games? But PSG, they are playing against Lorient. 3 consecutive victories for PSG. We saw Messi in Barcelona. We saw Sergio Ramos in Spain, almost on holidays, but they keep winning. And if you are betting on PSG, usually, Alain, PSG to win, both teams to score or a lot of goals, usually pays decent, and is what is happening. PSG winning, but always conceding goals.
Yes, now the goal is the same from the game, the last game in Angers, is prepare Mbappé to win the goal scorer season. And,
you were right.
Yes,
on the previous bet, actually, yeah.
Yes, and he scored. The team will be played for him more than in the past. I think we must to choose that. Mbappé score is really I think is really is 1.30 or 1.25. It's not interesting. Lorient is a team can be scored against every team. It's true. Lorient doesn't repeat the first part of the season, but we say that every week they're sold his 2 best forward, and that one that pay They're paid at. For this game, I choose the goals over 3.75 goals and odds 2.01.
Okay, goals in the previous weekend, you bet on Mbappe to score was 1.6. I will tell you exactly how much does it pay. Mbappe to score 1.5. Actually, if he scores at any time, if he scores the first or the last, I'm checking right now on Bet365. And it's 3.4. For instance, if you go for Kylian Mbappe, a player that we all love, and he is the top scorer of the competition with 22 goals. And the last game we have on Sunday is Auxerre. Marseille very close on getting the second spot, or at least the Champions League spots, 1 point more only that lands, but getting the results. They got an important victory against Lyon. We all know that they are the best team playing away, but the problems for Marseille is always when they play at home, they struggle. The last game was a victory, finally, against Troyes. But Auxerre is a team that they are fighting to avoid relegation, and they are getting good results lately, Alain. They could be dangerous at this point.
Yes, Marseille suffer when they played at home. Their cat is bad streak at home in the last journey when they're playing in Velodrome against Troyes. Troyes, in my opinion, with all the respect, is not a reference, is not a test to understand if Marseille improve and found some solution when they play at home and they must to dominate the game. Auxerre is a really good test, because Auxerre in the last 5 games away, they lose only 1 in Strasbourg. Is a team of Pellissier, one of my hero in this Ligue. They'll confirm that against Lille, they'll be able to catch a point. And 3 months ago, I include me. I doesn't have the feeling Auxerre can save the category. Pellissier change the mood, change the mind of the player, change the model of play, and the team are running right now. Playing in Marseille is always really difficult. I think Marseille will be lose this game. I choose double opportunity, 1x with over 2.5 goals in the game, odds 1.77.
All right. Remember, in the fight to avoid relegation, this season 4 teams go to Ligue 2. Troyes, Ajaccio, and Angers, they are pretty much going to Ligue 2. And then we have Brest, Nantes, Strasbourg, and Auxerre in only 1 point. Between these 4 teams, only 1 will go to Ligue 2. And still, we have 2 more games because the teams involved in the Coupe de France final, they are playing on Tuesday and on Wednesday. Toulouse, Lyon on Tuesday. I guess Toulouse with the emotions after the Coupe final and with nothing to play for in Ligue 1. This is a good opportunity for Lens to win because they are in good form, Alain, and they are fighting to play Champions League next season.
Yes, Toulouse against the team in the top 5 in Ligue 1. They've never won a game at home. For this game, Toulouse will be tired if they won the Coupe de France, or depressed if they lose the Coupe de France. And Lens came in the south of France. Lens have the goal to catch the Champions League spot and fighting with Olympique de Marseille. And in my opinion, Lens is really favorite for this game, and I choose Lens winning. Toulouse suffered this type of team, really physical, really vertical, with that ability to run behind the shoulder of the defensive line. I choose Lens winning, odds 1.89.
And the last game in this match day is a key one for the relegation battle. Brest and Nantes, both with 32 points. Right now, Brest, they are in the bottom 4, but they are getting better results than Nantes. They are in better form. Brest unbeaten in the last 5. Nantes winless in the last 9.
It's a derby. It's really delicate game for both teams. Brest improved a lot. 5 games without a defeat, and the last defeat was against Paris Saint-Germain. They'll be able to win in Strasbourg. They'll be catch a results against Reims. They'll won against Nice. But in Ajaccio, maybe there'll be some ambition. There is ambition in this game because they have the key to win a really important a game, because right now in the classification is bottom 4, Brest. Now not after the French Cup is the same history like Toulouse, in the sense of if they lose the Coupe de France, they will be really depressed, and maybe Cambrai can lose his job before the game to wake up a little the vestiary, because the situation are dangerous for Nantes. And if they won, maybe that they will be tired for that game with the party that will be have after the game. Now Brest at home give me the input to see the team doesn't lose in this moment against Nantes. I doesn't see Nantes winning in Brest. I choose 1x no bet, odds 1.64.
Nantes especially bad when they are traveling. Only 1 point in the last 4 games, only 2 victories away from home, so it's not a team to trust when they are traveling. Well, we had a big show with the Coupe de France final, with a new match day in Ligue 1. Alain, tell me your safe bet.
My safe bet is Lille winning, odds 1.22.
And your ACCA?
Lille 1x over 2.5 goals in the game. Monaco over 1.5 games, 5 goals, sorry. Rennes over 2.5 goals, and Toulouse lost over 1.5 goals, for a total 5.15.
Thank you very much, Alain. Thanks everyone for watching. Just remember, tell me your tips for the Coupe de France final, and of course, don't forget, press the like and subscribe. Bye-bye.
Ciao.